Hi, today we're making a savory keto bread pudding using leftover egg white bread or protein-sparing modified fast bread. I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com, where I share keto and carnivore recipes and cooking ideas. If you're new here, please hit subscribe and check out some of my other videos. Okay, so I'm going to make kind of a sausage bread pudding, a savory pudding. I made this protein-sparing modified fast bread the other day. It's a bread I just like to call egg white bread because, hey, that's much easier to say, isn't it? So this day-old bread, which is probably actually about I don't know how old it is, but it still smells good, it still looks good. We're going to start by cubing that up. I am going to put all the ingredients down below. And I will link the video where I made this actual loaf of bread down below as well. It is 1/2 of a serving of Maria Emmerich's protein-sparing modified fast bread. I usually just make it one loaf at a time, rather than how she does it. She makes enough for 2 loaves. She's got all those hungry little kids there. Whereas here, I'm the only one that's eating this bread, so I don't need too much of it. I'm going to put the bread cubes in here. Actually smells a little like sourdough because I did put some garlic powder in this bread and some Italian seasoning. It's reminding me of sourdough for some reason. Let's get some of these smaller crumbs in too. So what I had originally wanted to do was make a sausage type of a bread pudding, but I couldn't find any clean ingredient sausage. So I'm just going to go with ground beef, and I'm going to add a few other things to it. This is 2 cups of cooked ground beef that I've crumbled, and I have some bacon. I microwaved a few pieces of bacon here, just 4 pieces. I'm going to cut that up. Scissors are faster sometimes. I'm going to mix that in. I'm going to mix in 1 cup of grated cheddar and a teaspoon more of Italian seasoning. This is already kind of seasoned, so I don't need to put too much in. The other thing we are going to do is whip up 4 eggs with some cream, and that will go on top of all this. And it's going to form kind of a custard, or I guess they call it a pudding-like custard. And then you eat it like a quiche. It'd be almost like a quiche. I'm going to put in probably half a cup of heavy cream. I'm going to kind of combine the breadcrumbs and the meat and cheese. This is a 9-inch pie plate. You could do this in a casserole pan. I chose this because I don't want to turn my oven on. We've been going through a heat wave here in Western Canada. You may have heard of it on TV, I don't know. One of those once-in-a-lifetime event things that I probably would have rather not have had in my life, but here we are. What can you do? So I'm going to use my little tiny oven, and this fits in there. A 9x13 pan might have been better, but it's not going to fit. So now I'm going to pour this on top. I'm going to try and get all the bread cubes moistened as best I can. It's just a little bit of folding here is all you have to do. I think this is going to taste pretty good. You could sprinkle a little more cheese on top if you want. I'm trying to go a little easy on dairy these days. It's all up to you what you want to put in. I know this is going to work out fitting nicely, so that's good. So then this is going to go into a 350 oven for about 30 minutes should do it. All right, I'm going to put it in the oven. And we will be back in 30 minutes. Does that ever look good? Okay, this is done. That smells amazing. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool down a little bit, and then we'll come back and cut it. It smells really good. Looks like we have crunchy bread pieces on top. Oh, it's perfect. All right, let that cool off. All right, let's take a look and see what we have here. This would make an excellent breakfast, I think. It's got cheese and bacon in there. Eggs. Oh yeah, look at that. Didn't quite get it all here. All right. So I'm glad I put bacon in because that just adds that nice smell. It's so good with the bacon and the cheese. I want to see how the bread cubes are though. Because I like them when they're kind of crispy on top. So the bread cubes are nice and crunchy on top. Yeah, this tastes really good. I would make this again for sure. Well, so I think this is a really good use of the protein sparing modified fast bread. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the bread just on its own. But I do like this variation of it, adding it with other foods to make something else. I guess I'm just really not much of a sandwich eater. And I'm used to having burgers without buns now and that kind of thing. So this is, probably if I make the bread again, it will be for recipes like this. So I hope you give it a try.
Cool. Just eat them while they come out. Oh.
Come and cool down too? You can come and cool down too. Oh, Teddy's had his feet in there. You sure you want that? Was that good? Nice cold water.